What's going on, everybody? My name is Mike Montgomery, and today I'd like to show you how I built this portable workbench or assembly table that'll work great on a job site or in your shop. So let's get started on Modern Builds. I'm building my workbench out of 3 sheets of 1/2" OSB for a couple of reasons. One, it's pretty lightweight, a lot lighter than 3/4" plywood, plus it's really affordable, right around $10 a sheet. Here, I'm using my circular saw to rip one of those sheets into 9" wide strips. These strips will create our side pieces as well as all of our internal dividers. After cutting the first strip freehand, I used the factory edge of that piece as a straight edge, so all of my other pieces were perfectly square. Next, I laid out lines for all of my internal dividers at every 2 feet. Then I referenced those lines to mark out where I'll be cutting openings into the workbench. This is going to allow for extra storage for tools and clamps while I'm not using them. That way they don't sit on the workbench top, getting in the way. I used the jigsaw to rough out all of these openings. They don't need to be perfect. Like I said, this is a portable assembly table. It's not something that's going to be in my workshop forever. I just need it to be functional. So these openings are going to work great, and if I needed to sand them down to make them smoother, I could absolutely do that. If you want to build this project or something similar for yourself, make sure and follow the link down in the description to my website where I have free, downloadable PDF plans with a cut list, dimensions, and more. And a big shout out to RZ Mask. I did a lot of cutting this first day, and my M2.5 mask was on, well, pretty much the whole time. To learn more, make sure and follow the link down in the description, and don't forget to use the code ModernBuilds at checkout. My sides and internal dividers are cut to 47 inches long to account for the 2 1/2" side pieces that they're butting up to. I used these right angle clamps as an extra pair of hands to put everything together. Then I grabbed my Gorilla wood glue along with my 18 gauge finish nailer, and I glued and nailed everything together. In each of my joints, the finish nails are really only there to line up all of my pieces and hold them in place while the glue dries. Once the Gorilla wood glue cures, it's going to be super strong and should hold up fine over time as a portable workbench top. As someone that makes their living on the internet, I take internet security really seriously. And that's why I use NordVPN to create a layer of security between myself and potential hackers and identity thieves. A virtual private network not only protects me and my accounts, it lets me tap into the internet that I want no matter where I'm at in the world. Have you ever wondered what Netflix looks like in Canada? Or maybe what YouTube looks like in Germany? Well, with NordVPN, you can find out. NordVPN has super fast servers over 5,560 countries that keep your location private, allowing you to search virtually from almost any country in the world. Plus, NordVPN couldn't be easier to use. I have the plugin installed in Chrome, which is my browser of choice. It works on Windows and Mac. Plus, you can download the apps for Android or iPhone to protect your accounts on mobile. So to learn more, make sure and follow the link at the top of the description. That is nordvpn.com/modernbuilds. And don't forget to use the code ModernBuilds to get 70% off, a 3-year plan, and an extra month for free. Building a workbench that's 4 feet by 8 feet is really awesome because I didn't need to cut the top piece or the bottom piece to fit. It's a full sheet of OSB. I made sure to lay down a bead of glue along each of my meeting edges, and then I could use my nailer to line everything up and hold it all in place. Wood glue sets up pretty quick here in the desert, so after about 20 minutes, I was able to flip my workbench over and then attach the top piece. Now, if I was smart, I would have laid out lines marking where all of my internal dividers are. That way I knew exactly where to shoot my nails. When we first got out here to Joshua Tree, we got a bunch of these burrow board sawhorses. They're from Home Depot and they work really great. I'm just concerned that they might be a little bit too tall for this workbench top. Let's find out. Okay, so right off the bat, this feels awesome, and it is just a little bit too tall, but it's super sturdy, and the work surface itself really has no spring or give, which is what I'm looking for.
If you ask Google, it'll tell you that an average workbench should be about 33 to 36 inches tall to be comfortable. I just used a 2x4 as a spacer and my jigsaw to cut my leg pieces down a little bit so that my workbench sat right around 35 inches tall, and I like that a lot. Next, I grabbed my circular saw and I cut some 2x4 pieces that I'm going to be attaching to these sawhorses, that way they can assemble together but also knock down to be portable. You'll see what I mean here in just a second. I'm basically using these pieces to create grooves or openings the exact width of a 2x4, that way they can stretch between the two sawhorses and add extra support underneath the workbench. And instead of laying out lines and doing math, I just used a 2x4 piece as an actual spacer, that way I knew all of my grooves were the right size. I was happy to see that these pieces were a tight fit, and after I had the 2x4s in place, the sawhorses really couldn't wiggle at all. They were also strong enough that I could stand and jump on them, no problem. I won't lie, this assembly tabletop is definitely not lightweight, but it's possible for me to move by myself, and if I built it from 3/4 inch plywood, there's no way I could have done that, even though I always recommend moving this with 2 people. So right now we've got a fully functioning workbench top, and there's nothing extra that you would need to do to make this work ready. But I'm going to do a couple of extra steps to make this a little bit more versatile and convenient on my work site. Here you see me using a drywall square to lay out lines every 6 inches, and on those intersection points I'll be creating a grid of 3/4 inch dog holes. Now if you're thinking, what the heck are dog holes, you're probably not the only one. Essentially, they're 3/4 inch holes put into a workbench top that accepts standardized accessories. Accessories like clamps, holdfasts, risers, and pads can go into these dog holes whenever you need to use them. Usually people will use a Forstner bit to create really clean holes, but I had a brand new 3/4 inch spade bit that worked great. Overall, I couldn't be more happy with this PAULK style assembly table. It's going to serve me great and went together really fast. Being able to store clamps and tools underneath the workbench top out of the way is awesome, and I'm curious to see how often I use these bench dogs in my workflow.
So that's it, and I really hope you all enjoyed this video. If you plan on building this workbench or something similar, make sure and check out the PDF plans linked down in the description from my website. It'll give you a simple cut list, some dimensions to go off, that way you can build this with no problem. The School Bus to Tiny House project is coming along great, so make sure and subscribe, that way you stay updated when I post videos on that. Otherwise, make sure and follow me on Instagram at Modern Builds, and we'll see you next time on Modern Builds. Bye, everybody.
So, what are you doing?
Making everything fit.
1-800-SUPER-PRO.